Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another brand new video. I hope you guys are all doing well. So yesterday we saw Bitcoin pump to $30,000. Okay, finally we saw Bitcoin reach 30k. It's been quite some time since we have seen Bitcoin at $30,000. Okay, the last time we saw Bitcoin at $30,000 was in fact around last May and June, as of last June 2022, right? That was literally a last time. Okay, us seeing Bitcoin at $30,000. And finally, just yesterday, we saw Bitcoin pump to 30k, which was absolutely amazing to see. So Bitcoin right now is still, holding up really well. Okay, still above $30,000. And Solana today is actually pumping, right? Now, Bitcoin and other altcoins, okay, a fair few altcoins today, which I'll get to it, are in fact taking a little breather today. Okay, yesterday it was pumping like crazy. But today, Bitcoin and majority of altcoins in the market are in fact having, a little breather. Okay, they're sort of slowing down, but everything's still holding up really well. But Solana is still pumping. We actually saw Solana pumping yesterday, but it's still continually to pump, right? So that's great to see for Solana. Okay, so yes, I can clearly see that Bitcoin is still holding up really well above $30,000. Okay, right now it's currently at 30.1k. So that's great to see for Bitcoin. Ethereum, okay, we actually saw Ethereum above $1,900, and it's actually slightly dropping today. Okay, right now it's just below $1,900, but in my opinion, Ethereum is still holding up really, really well. And like I said, Solana is actually pumping. So we saw Solana pumping yesterday, like I said, and it's still continuing to pump today. Okay, so that's great to see for Solana. But overall, guys, okay, the cryptocurrency market as of right now is holding up really well. Even though, yes, some coins, okay, are in fact having a slight drop, and this is obviously to be expected. Every time we see a decent amount of pumps in a matter of a few hours, we should be expecting a slight drop. Okay, and that's exactly what pretty much the market is doing today. So the global crypto market cap as of right now is currently at 1.22 trillion. So it's still above 1 trillion, which is great to see. And overall, it's down 1.3%. So like I said, Bitcoin is holding up really well, still above 30k. Amazing to see. And Ethereum is right now currently just at 1800, just below 19. So, Ethereum market is still holding up really well. BNB is down 3.3%. XRP is pretty much down over 3% as well. Same with Cardano and Dogecoin and Polygon. Okay, all down 3%, right? So yeah, everything is slightly having a slight drop today. Like I said, everything's sort of having a breather, but everything's still holding up really well. Okay, but Solana, on the other hand, is having a pump. It's still continuing to pump, right? You guys can see for the past 24 hours, it's up 3.6%. So Solana is still pumping, while other altcoins, majority of altcoins in the market, you guys can clearly see are in fact having a drop. Okay, Avalanche is having a slight drop, 1.4%. Litecoin down 3.8%. Shiba Inu down 2.3%. Chainlink is down over 3%. Okay, Cosmos 1.8%. So you guys can clearly see that majority of altcoins in the market are in fact having a slight drop. But that is, to be expected, because yesterday we saw a massive pump. Now, here is another chart that I really want to show you guys, okay? And you guys know I'm a big believer of history repeating itself. And the next halving event for Bitcoin is literally right around the corner, okay? And I told you guys many times that this is your opportunity right now to buy Bitcoin at this low of a price. Even though, yes, Bitcoin has in fact been pumping, and let's just say you guys missed the opportunity on buying Bitcoin when Bitcoin was at, $16,000. Okay, and at one point, Bitcoin was actually just below 16k. Actually went way below $16,000 at one point. It went all the way down to pretty much around 15.7 or 15.8 thousand dollars. And believe it or not, guys, right at this time, I actually invested a lot of my money into Bitcoin. I invested almost 20k into Bitcoin at that time. If you guys don't believe me, you guys should definitely check out a video that I uploaded around 4 months ago, titled "I'm going all in on Bitcoin." In that video, I showed you guys that I was in fact investing and going all in on Bitcoin, and I'm just really glad that I bought Bitcoin at that time, okay, when Bitcoin was just below 16K, okay, when it was at like $15,800, because that was in fact its bottom. Like it's rock bottom during the cycle, right? During this bear market. Okay, I'm just really glad because obviously your boy is up in profit right now. Okay, so that's why I always tell you guys to never really time the market, right? Dollar cost average. We all should be dollar cost averaging. Okay, even right now, even though yes, Bitcoin has in fact been pumping. Okay, ever since January to where we are now. Okay, so far in 2023. So far, it's a pretty good year for Bitcoin and crypto because everything has in fact been pumping. We know what happened in 2022. Okay, everything was in fact dropping. Okay, we know that, but you guys can clearly see a new pattern is in fact forming. You guys can obviously clearly see that. So that's great to see. Obviously, this was in fact Bitcoin's bottom, and if you invested at that time when Bitcoin was at $16,000, when Bitcoin wasn't really moving, that would have been a really great time to buy Bitcoin. But hey, for all the people out there that missed that opportunity on buying Bitcoin below $20,000, any price below 20K, it's still a great time to buy Bitcoin right now. Even though Bitcoin has in fact been pumping, like I said, Bitcoin, buying Bitcoin right now at $30,000, especially for long term, is cheap. I personally, like, being 100% transparent with you guys right now, buying Bitcoin below $100,000, that is a low price. You guys haven't seen that. So yes, that pretty much means, personally, I think if you buy Bitcoin at, $60,000 to $70,000, $80,000, even $90,000, I think that's a great buy, especially if you're investing for long term, especially, right? Because I've been telling you guys many times, Bitcoin will easily reach 500,000, 500K. It's going to reach 800K. It's going to reach $1 million. That's easily going to happen. It's going to reach millions of dollars per Bitcoin down in the future. Okay, so you guys understand, investing in Bitcoin right now at 30K is a great buy, right? So you guys can clearly see every cycle, right, for the Bitcoin halving event. Okay, Bitcoin always tends to have a bull run. Okay, so the year 2024, that is when, guys, we will in fact see Bitcoin, right, absolutely skyrocket. Not just Bitcoin, but other altcoins in the market. And you guys can clearly see right down here that we did in fact, hit bottom. You guys can clearly see that, right? And this chart really just shows you guys that, Bitcoin is always shooting up. Okay, obviously, right? It's just the same cycle. Bitcoin every single year. You guys can clearly see that. It's always shooting up. And we know Bitcoin is a really volatile asset. Okay, it's really volatile, right? It goes up and down a whole bunch. But if you really just zoom out, like what this chart is showing, you guys can clearly see it's like a volatile uptrend. Bitcoin is always shooting up, guys. No matter what, it's always shooting up. It's always reaching a new all-time high. Okay, and that's why, guys, I've been telling you guys that this is literally your opportunity right now to buy Bitcoin at $30,000, because once the next bull run does in fact happen, we will never see Bitcoin at 30K ever again. I repeat, we will never see Bitcoin again at $30,000, guys. Okay, so this is literally once in a lifetime opportunity, right? So now I think in the next few hours, guys, Bitcoin will rally up. Now, the reason why I say that is because the CPI data is in fact coming out really, really, really soon. Okay, should be coming out in the next few hours, less than 24 hours now, once I'm filming this video. So I really do believe, okay, once the CPI data does in fact come out, we should be seeing Bitcoin pump. Okay, we should, right? And right now, it is actually slightly having a pump. So I reckon in the next 3 hours, we could potentially see Bitcoin, touch $31,000, around 31.6 or maybe even 32K. Okay, we will see. Okay, and you guys can clearly see that Bitcoin should be pumping, right? Because look what happened in January, okay, in 2023, February, and last month in March. Okay, Bitcoin always tends to jump every time the CPI data comes out. So yeah, the CPI data should be coming out soon, okay, in the next few hours, less than 24 hours now once I'm filming this video. So we will see, guys, okay? So expect Bitcoin to pump. Now, a lot of people like to buy Bitcoin at its highs. a lot of people like to buy Bitcoin when it's pumping, when it's skyrocketing, when it's in the greens. A lot of people don't want to buy Bitcoin when it's low. Okay, I feel like a lot of people are like that right now. You know, a majority of them, okay, like to buy Bitcoin when it's pumping, right? And since Bitcoin is in fact been pumping for the past, obviously, a few months now, we all know that, right? I feel like a lot more people have in fact been buying, okay, especially with, you know, banks going, you know, bankrupt and whatnot. I feel like a lot of people realize where Bitcoin is heading and why Bitcoin was created at the first place is because of these reasons, right? You know, you should really treat Bitcoin like it's your own bank and your own savings account, okay? And that's exactly how I treat when I'm investing into Bitcoin. You know what I mean? I treat Bitcoin like it's my own bank, and I treat Bitcoin like it's my own savings account. You guys understand? I don't keep all my money in the bank. Okay, I really don't, right? So I think people are now realizing where Bitcoin is heading and why Bitcoin was created at the first place because of these reasons, right? Banks are going bankrupt and they want to keep their money safe. People are wondering where should they keep their money safe? And they chose Bitcoin. That's why Bitcoin has in fact been pumping. And that's the truth, right? But guys, don't be that type of person, right? You know, don't follow the crowd, okay? I don't know what it is, guys, but it just doesn't make sense. Okay, my brain doesn't operate. Like, it still doesn't, it doesn't make sense, guys, at all. Why people like to buy an asset when it's pumping. They don't like to buy when it's dropping or crashing or when it's in the reds. You know what I mean? You guys have to understand, right? When it's pumping, that is when, guys, you should be taking profits and selling, right? That's only if you want to take profits. And when it's crashing, guys, when it's dipping, right, that is when you want to buy. Okay, a lot of people like to do the complete opposite. I don't know why. Okay, so don't be that type of person, okay, to wait for Bitcoin to pump back up to its previous all-time highs, which is 69K, almost 70K, and buy then. Buy now, guys, while it's at 30K. Because soon enough, okay, we will see Bitcoin jump back up to its previous all-time highs. Easily. That's easily going to happen. Okay, so just don't wait. Buy now, guys. And this is not financial advice, so please always do your own diligence and, of course, your own research, right? So that being said, guys, I'm buying. In fact, in this video, I'm actually going to be buying more Bitcoin. Even though, yes, Bitcoin is now above $30,000 and is still holding up really, really well at 30K. Okay, it really is. But you guys understand you can never really time the market. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and buy some Bitcoin. Okay, I'm only going to be investing $200. You know, I'm going to take it easy. You know, every now and then, guys, you know, for the past few months, right? Especially like 5 months ago, 4 months ago, 3 months ago, even, you know, I've been investing like 5K into Bitcoin, you know, 10K into Bitcoin. I want to take it easy. You know what I mean? Like every single day, I want to invest bit by bit, right? So, you know, I already made a video talking about this, me buying Bitcoin pretty much every single day. Okay, sometimes I like to do that. Okay, so I will invest, you know, a couple $100 into Bitcoin pretty much every single day, right? I'll try my best. So today I'm going to go ahead and invest $200. Let's just do the whole thing, actually. $213.31. And that is how much Bitcoin I will in fact be getting. Okay, so let's go ahead and buy some Bitcoin today. Confirm buy. And boom, I just purchased some Bitcoin, over $200 worth. Okay, and this is obviously the exchange that I use to pretty much buy my crypto, right? Which is CoinSpot, which is a Australian exchange. But then also, guys, I don't obviously keep all my assets, all my crypto assets on exchanges. You guys know that. I'll always keep it in a hard wallet, right? So I feel like that's the safest way. You know, if you guys are in fact investing into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency for long term, never leave it in a crypto exchange ever, right? We've seen the past what happened with major exchanges, you know, crypto exchanges pretty much going bankrupt and closing down and whatnot, right? It's been pretty bad and people's, you know, assets are frozen, right, in those exchanges, okay, because it's gone bankrupt, so it makes sense. So always keep, you know, your assets, your crypto assets, you know, offline, you know, off of crypto exchanges. Put it into something like a hard wallet. I really highly suggest you guys to put it in a Ledger Nano X to be exact, right? And that's personally what I use. And it's the most safest way, you know, to store your Bitcoin, to store your Ethereum and other crypto assets or investments that you have made, okay, because it's all offline, right? So that's just personally my tip, guys. My number one tip: if you're investing into crypto for long term, always keep it off exchanges and put it into a hard wallet, right? I highly suggest you guys to do that. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you guys have not yet already. I really would appreciate that. More videos will in fact be coming your way, so stay tuned for that, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Have a blessed day, guys.